why do poor white people vote against themselves time and time again? They vote for Trump and the other MAGA politicians only to have every promise broken, prices go up, social supports evaporate.
Americans voted for Trump. You're finally getting the recession that you voted for. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you to all get exactly what you voted for. If you didn't vote for Trump, I'm so sorry if this is happening genuinely. But if you voted for Trump, you must be thrilled today. You must be thrilled. Egg prices are not down yet. Grocery bills aren't down yet. You are losing your social security. You're losing any kind of support you have from the government. But the recession's coming, and you guys are going to crumble. Not only your own economy, the worst out of everyone's, but also the world's economy. How exciting is that for you? You're also losing allies, left, right, and center. Isn't that so thrilling? I'm really glad that you were so racist and transphobic and misogynistic and quite frankly insecure and sad in your own little lives. Do you have to take your hate out on other people? And you cause a recession for yourself. Happy for you.
You're about to go broke, and I'll tell you why. See, here's the thing about America. Undocumented immigrants are a fundamental piece of our economy. It will not work without them. See, many of these people, most of them, pay taxes. They get few benefits, but they do actually pay taxes. They grow the gross national product, and they hold the fabric of America together by doing jobs that spoiled Americans will not do. Okay? This also causes inflationary pressure, which means everything is going to get a lot more expensive. So every time you celebrate one of these poor people being detained and deported, just keep in mind, you're one person closer to going broke. You're going to lose everything you have. And remember who you voted for. You voted for someone who doesn't even know what macroeconomics means, doesn't know the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics, okay? You voted for a dunce, and he's going to be your undoing. But keep in mind that he's really rich, and all the people in the GOP that are sucking up to him, see, they're really rich too. So I hope you're really rich, because if you're not, you're going to go broke, and you're only going to have yourself to blame. Have a good day.
I want you guys to listen to this Trump supporter that voted for Donald Trump, and now he's bitching and crying because Donald Trump took funding from SNAP benefits. This is a must-watch.
Trump has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350. Now, what am I supposed to do? So I literally just got this piece of mail today saying that due to new policy changes from the Trump administration, all this shit, whatever, that all these cuts and whatever he's doing over there, now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay, I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills. I just really don't understand. I voted for him this last election because I thought what he had good was going on, but now all of a sudden, all this policy stuff's coming out, and now he's making all these cuts, and now he doesn't want to help the less fortunate people no more. I'm done with that guy. I'm not. If he gets voted in again, I'm leaving this country. Because I'm not dealing with this no more. This is all shit.
This Trump supporter lost $500,000 and all of his savings for retirement on the Donald Trump Truth Social stock, and now his family won't talk to him. I feel like that SpongeBob meme where I can't tell if I should feel bad or just laugh. But what this guy said is, I've been dreading this post for a while now, but I finally must admit that I've lost a substantial portion of my life savings investing in the DJT Donald Trump stock. I was unable to continue this slide and sold the majority of my stake this afternoon at $26.55 $1.05 per share. This is a disastrous fall, resulting in a loss of nearly $450,000 of my retirement savings. I'm now forced to return to the workforce at age 76. Please, family, learn from my mistake and do not put everything into one stock. I feel like from the moment Donald Trump stepped foot in the White House, we could tell that the people who support him the most will also suffer the most when his scam comes crashing down. Whether they're suffering politically or socially or financially, they take the heat and Donald Trump gets by without a scratch. But this guy also said to the media hounding me for answers on my DJT investment, I need time to myself. Family won't talk to me, before commenting on the stock. For anyone in the media that would like to discuss my new Kindle book, Biden's Last Shit in the Oval Office, please contact me. All right, so this guy's just an idiot.
And it's another motherfucking thing, man. Trump, you better count your motherfucking days, your hoe ass, dog. At first, I was happy your bitch ass won, and the motherfucking stocks and crypto went up, and I made some motherfucking money. But now, bitch, you getting all that shit back off these weak ass tariffs. If I gotta pay one more motherfucking tariff because your weak ass want to tax, talking about make America great again, bitch, you trying to make us poor again. Bitch, I need my money, man.
So according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, they just released their assessment on Monday. 10% of the poorest Americans will be losing roughly $1,200 a year. These are families that bring in $50,000 or less a year before taxes. So $1,200 a year is a fucking huge amount. Conversely, the richest will see an income increase by $13,600 a year. We're talking about millionaires and billionaires who are on average going to get an extra $1,000 a month. All right. Now, I want to break down a specific data set. Of those that earn less than $50,000 a year who are going to be hurt by this bill, 50% of them voted for Donald Trump. Half of them voted for Donald Trump. Half of them. 52% of billionaires not only voted for Donald Trump, these 52% donated over $2 billion to purchase this election for Donald Trump. Now, the middle class, most of us in the middle, we stand to gain an average of $800 a year. And I don't know about you, but I much rather would be taxed that $800, keep the $800 to feed hungry children, to feed people who are struggling, to make sure that the least of these have health care. And I would hope that Christians would vote that way as well, but you know, that's not at all what happened here. So there you go.
I was a Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this. I have a construction company, and not a fucking thing is getting done. This is what I get. This is what I fucking get. Nothing but white boys. It takes 4 days to do a one-day job. I might have fucked up.
All right, a reminder for those who need to hear it. The reason our farmers need a bailout is because of Trump's trade war. It's unbelievable that this isn't consensus universally. The farmers don't need a bailout because of Biden or Democrats or anything other than the fact that Trump started a trade war which reduced global trade, increased the price of goods, and has devastated our farmers. And so if we as a country are going to bail our farmers out, there has to be an accompanying, at least a lesson or some sort of PR campaign from Democrats to explain to these farmers that you're in this position because of Trump. That you're in this position even though we told you this was going to happen if you voted for Trump, you still did. And now Trump wants to parachute in like he's the hero. Trump is giving you a bailout from a situation he put you in. This is like a dystopia. This is like an arsonist sets somebody's house on fire and you thank the arsonist when the fire department comes and puts it out here. So, if we're going to bail these farmers out, we need some sort of recognition that tariffs don't work, that Trump's trade war is devastating farmers, so it doesn't happen again, so we don't continue to waste American taxpayer dollars on things they shouldn't have to be wasted on.
Starting to say, I never thought that voting for Trump 3 times would result in me losing tens of thousands of dollars. A beekeeper out of North Carolina says, yeah, I proudly voted for Trump all 3 times. I flew flags for him and put signs for him in the yard. But now I'm out tens of thousands of dollars due to lost federal funding and tariffs, so I cannot export my products, my honey and my wax, to other countries like I could before, and nobody's buying it in the United States. Hay producers in Idaho and Utah that export alfalfa hay to China are now seeing 135% tariffs put on their product, and all of a sudden, they don't have anywhere to ship it. They held it all winter in hopes of sending it off to China in the spring, and now China's not willing to buy. Soybean producers are once again being hit harder than they were in the first Trump administration, and China, for its part, has diversified where it pulls these products from, with Brazil becoming the #1 soybean exporter and other countries picking up the slack for honey, for beeswax, and for hay around the world. Now, China's doing a great
U.S. farmers are regretting their vote for Donald Trump after their business suffers. Womp womp. Since China implemented their tariffs, farmers are suffering because soybean farmers, especially in the Midwest, are not being able to export as much as they're used to. I wonder why. Yet they voted for him anyway. They voted for him about 2 or 3 times, actually. I don't know how you thought voting for him would help you in your business when creating tariffs will probably hurt you. And he's said he's going to do this multiple times. But, you know, another example of Americans thinking that other parts of the world need them the most. Brazil is the #1 soybean import for China. They don't need the U.S. Brazil is steadily increasing the production year after year after year, while the U.S. has remained stagnant. And y'all thought Donald Trump getting in office will help y'all? You put somebody in office who directly hinders your business. I need these people to take a survey so I can understand why they make the decisions that they do. But again, womp womp. You put somebody in office because of reasons, and now you're paying the price because of those same reasons. You just thought they wouldn't affect you.
Guys, it's literally happening. I'm going to show you what somebody just posted, and I want you to guess who posted it. Pause to read. If you guessed Amy Kremer, you would be correct. But if you're like most people like me, who the hell is Amy Kremer? She is the founder of Women for America First. And she hosted through that organization the Stop the Steal rally in Washington, D.C. that culminated in the January 6th attack on the Capitol by Trump supporters. Prior to that, in 2016, she ran 2 political action committees to help get Donald Trump elected. And prior to 2016, she was high up in the Tea Party movement. And she just posted that. And if you don't understand how important this is, let me enlighten you. She's about as deep as somebody can get within the MAGA cult. Additionally, she is a leader and conspiracy pusher within the MAGA cult. She is a power broker within the MAGA movement, and she just posted that. There you go.
Job. If they can't make that kind of money and they can't have that job, then those people shouldn't have that job. They believe in snake venom. They believe in ivermectin. You can go to the local feed store and they sell more ivermectin to humans than they do to farm animals. They talk about snake venom curing COVID. They talk about ivermectin curing COVID. They talk about nicotine curing COVID, curing cancer. They hate vaccines. They hate science because they don't understand science. They don't care if their kids go to school. So their kids grow up not caring either.
Hey everybody, well there it is folks. Argentina is selling all of their soybeans to China now because of the tariffs that Trump has initiated against other countries. And it's not that Trump has initiated tariffs on soybeans to China or anything like that. It's just China's like, We don't need you. So there it is, $47 billion that would have gone to the 500,000 American soybean farmers are now going to Argentina. Now, American farmers, almost 80% of them voted for Trump. So if you have 500,000 soybean farmers, that means 400,000 of them who are now on the verge of going bankrupt voted for Trump. And I saw in another TikTok video, I'm not prepared to talk about it, but this guy was really good. I really should give him a shout out. I will in the notes or something. He came across my feed that there's this company called Acre Trader. And guess what they specialize in? They specialize in buying up distressed farms. Guess who's a major shareholder in that? J.D. Vance. So, while America is giving $20 billion to Argentina to prop up their government, American farmers are out of almost $50 billion. Not a single Chinese order has been cut on soybean farms this year. It's absolutely incredible. And Trump is destroying the American farmer. It's just crazy.